Let me just talk to you the way I'd talk to someone who finally decided they're done pretending their old laptop is still fast enough. Because the Razer Blade 14 isn't built for people who settle. It's built for someone who notices the difference between smooth and effortless, between bright and alive, between usable and elite. If that sounds like you, then you're already in the right place. Before you get too comfortable, check the current price in stock. This model tends to shift without warning. You know that point where your old laptop starts to feel heavy, both in your bag and in your workflow? Maybe the fans scream during simple tasks, maybe the display looks flat next to newer screens, maybe your games run but never feel right. At some point, you stop ignoring those hints. You realize you've outgrown that phase of forcing weak hardware to keep up. The first time you open the Blade 14, you feel like you stepped into a different class entirely. The 3K OLED hits you with that depth you can't unsee. Blacks that feel bottomless, highlights that hover just perfectly, motion that stays crisp even when everything on screen is flying. And the size, that 14-inch profile feels unreal when you realize how much power it's hiding. Daily life with it feels different. You open it in a cafe and it blends in, thin, quiet, confident, until you launch something heavy and it doesn't even blink. Games feel cleaner because the RTX graphics aren't just strong, they're consistent. Editing feels smoother because the laptop doesn't gasp for air the second you load your timeline. Even simple things like scrolling, dragging, and switching tabs feel more fluid because the whole machine responds like it knows you're in a hurry. If it's still in stock, glance at the price now. This one doesn't sit still for long. And yes, doubts always show up with premium gear. You might wonder if you really need a laptop this refined. But using it solves that question immediately. Once you feel this level of smoothness, every cheaper machine feels like a compromise that costs you time and breaks your flow. You stop thinking about price. You start thinking about how much frustration you've already avoided. What surprised me most was the balance. It's powerful enough to handle real workloads but light enough to carry without thinking. It boots fast, stays cool, and moves through your day like it was designed around real life instead of benchmark charts. It feels intentional, and that's rare. And there's a certain pride that comes with owning it. Not because it screams for attention, but because every time you open it, you know you're using something crafted at a level most people never experience. It feels like the kind of upgrade that pulls the rest of your routine upward with it. The display feels alive, the performance feels immediate, the size feels effortless, the design feels mature, your workflow feels transformed. The only downside is that once you adjust to this level of smoothness, older laptops feel painfully sluggish. And you may end up wanting to upgrade your peripherals just to match its energy. But eventually, you stop looping through comparison videos. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You choose the laptop you already keep thinking about. If this feels like your next step, check the link, see the current price, and make the move while it's still available. This is one of those upgrades you feel every single day you use it.